Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Todd from nopickspodcast.
Hey, good evening, family. Joe, No Picks Podcast.
Heather, come back for round 3.
Yes, welcome back.
Topical debate here.
We love having Heather's perspective on here. Listen. I'm not gonna waste no time.
All right,
Let's dive in, baby.
let's do it.
Pull up a fresh video, and we're gonna get a nice little genuine reaction to it. All right.
Bet.
All right.
Of course, I'm gonna take it to the TikTok well because that's been working out for us.
Huh.
Oh
All right.
boy. Oh
Another thing
boy.
interesting in this polling was more independents said that they worry about President Biden weakening democracy than Trump, 53% to 42%. What do you make of this?
I find it shocking, honestly. I can't, make sense of that number. I wish I could. I wish I had some really great insight to it. But I don't know if it's an outlier or not, because the other numbers with independents and Biden are going in the right direction. So that may be it. But also, just one thing I wanted to add on to what Basil said. This trial's not on TV. You guys do a great job reporting what's happening. But if there aren't those images coming out of the courthouse, people feel like they know this story. We've heard about it for a long time. So it doesn't surprise me that they're not interested.
Another thing interesting in this polling was more.
All right. So
Interesting.
right. So
Okay.
all right.
So does she
I'm gonna put it to our guest.
does she think that the economy would respond to Biden in a positive light, considering where we're at in the turmoil of fuckery that we're in?
Yeah.
So from what I gathered from it is that it's on MSNBC, so it's pretty clear that they're probably all three of them are probably all liberal, right?
Right.
So she's basically disputing the polls that the independents are saying, like, hey, like, because she said 53% of them believe, if Biden gets reelected, it'll make America weaker in some way.
I mean,
so
I agree 100%. Oh, I agree 100%.
Okay.
Biden
Well,
is
you already answered that.
Biden is a detriment to our country. He should have had a seat a long time ago. In fact, should probably be in a nursing home living out his golden years somewhere, kicked back, drinking a Jack or vibing somewhere. But where they've got him ain't it. I'll tell you that. Where they've got him ain't it. He's not living his golden years in his prime the way the American dream was built, and so it should be. It's absolutely slave labor and working him to the death of him to the bone. Like what we don't want for our seniors is what America, the Biden administration has done to Biden. Yeah, I'm all for it. I believe that. And I don't understand why they would think that there would be a different reaction to the independents coming out with a different stance. I would argue for her to bring some plausible or fluid matter to the table to discuss relevant to substantiating how she is so surprised. My 2 pennies. What do you think, Joe?
Right.
Yeah. No. I agree. Y'all know.
I thought you liked Biden.
I agree.
I thought you liked Biden.
No, me? Nah. What? What?
I did. Like some of our last conversations had me thinking you were a lib.
Absolutely not.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Ty will tell you, I cannot stand Biden. No, I don't vouch for him at all. I didn't vote for him the first time. I'm not going to vote for him this coming election. So,
good.
no.
Are you voting for
I
Trump?
agree with the polls. And no, I'm not.
Okay, that's fair. I knew you didn't support Trump. I knew that.
No, right. But I can't vote Biden. The Democratic Party is a disgrace right now, right? But
Fair.
it's funny that you said they're so out of touch with like the average American, right? We always talk about how wealth kind of insulates people, but also there's this Washington bubble where like people in Washington D.C., just are so out of touch with what America is feeling right now. It's like that we it's hurting our pockets. Inflation is still high, gas is high, food, the cost of living, cities are starting to fall apart. New York City is going through like a crisis right now because everything is so expensive to just live there, like pushing people out of the city. So they're so out of touch with reality, and they're just like, I can't, why would you feel that way? What are you, because you have your head so far up your ass, you know what I mean? Like so that's my initial reaction. So I actually agree, Heather. Yeah.
So I like handshake on that one. I'll take that. I'll take it. Dope. So yeah, I've noticed it in our economy too here locally. Even it's being felt. It's so bad. It's on the ground. Like our community is starving, and it's just bad. It's bad out here. It's real bad. I just started serving. Like
Listen,
on the
so-
side note, I
so
seriously
for
started
me-
cooking for people, and I'm cooking for
Yeah.
100 people a week at this point. It was 70, now it's 100 because of the
You
homeless
gotta have a
population
side
growing so
gig.
much in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's the economy
it's
we have
crazy.
right now. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah.
So
it's
for
bad.
me, listen, I voted for Biden the first time around.
What?
Right? 'Cause I was one of those
Oh
guys.
my
I wouldn't even say
God.
that publicly, bro.
Oh my God.
Listen,
You could have kept that in the tuck. We wouldn't have said nothing. But now you
What?
put it out
Listen,
there.
I gotta keep it real. I voted for Biden. the first time around. This is somebody that's a lifelong Democrat. Listen, I voted
Oh,
for
Sleepy Joe, don't tell me,
listen, I
Ty.
voted
You
for
didn't do it.
Oh my God. I did not. I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
Nah, no joke, brother. Hey,
Never.
he exercised
But-
his right. You know what I mean? That's
But
so,
this time around, I'm 1,000% voting for Trump. 1,000%.
So this time you're voting
Good.
for Trump.
I'm
Yeah?
not voting no independent. I'm legit voting for Trump because, bro, it's like you said, the Democrats. Listen, I'm still a Democrat on paper, right? But I think but when Joe and I were Democrats, they moved differently. Like they moved like, you mean like they were kind of like, for the working man. They were for the, what I thought made sense,
Right.
and how they did a good job at is like,
Why do
framing
I lose?
Republicans as like, the party of like, rich people, and all they gave a fuck about is tax cuts, and and they hated black people, because I feel like Democrats are really good at convincing
Everybody
They're
that
manipulators.
convincing everybody
Party's just racist.
Grade A.
Yeah.
that there's just full of racist people. And so that's kind of what I believed in college and shit like that. But the older I got, the more I was like, yo, this shit don't make sense. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So it's like, so now I'm kind of where like, and it's not that I'm like this super Trump fan. What I do believe though is that like, when I'm voting for Trump, it's like not a vote for Trump, it's a vote against the Democrats.
Do you know how many people say that from the Biden like the Democratic Party say that about that? Oh my God.
Are they really?
No,
Or is that,
'cause
is
they're so-
that how the Democratic base is feeling? Like,
Yeah, a lot of them. They're like, even if we don't support Biden, or even if we don't support, if we are, they say, we will vote for Biden because we don't like Trump. You voted for Trump because you didn't like Biden.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the same narrative, just flipped.
And what you said, Joe. Oh no, my bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, even with this past, like everything that was going on when they were trying to keep Trump off the ballot, when they were trying to like, keep certain candidates off the ballot, so people couldn't like, they didn't do debates with Biden. They didn't primary. You couldn't primary. Like you're basically stifling democracy. Like, to be the party that's so liberal and so progressive, you also were trying to keep people off the ballot. You were denying people the right to vote for who they wanted to vote for. Like, they've done so much that I'm like, you guys are just like way out of touch. Like, you're doing the most to like, that for me is like not just they'd already messed up the economy, but you're also now you're compromising our democracy. You know what I mean? Like the democratic process, and that's what frustrates me. That, like I said, no to Biden for me, but I can't vote Democrat. Like I just can't. I think they're just such hypocrites, and it just shows.
I'm so proud of you. I'm proud. I'm so proud. I've never been a left leaner. I've always been on the right side. But I'm happy to welcome whoever wants to make that leap over and join that bandwagon.
Well, I'm not there, but I'm.
Well, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Independent is one step closer to the right side. Like, you're just in the middle. You've moved. We're just gonna keep that pedal pushing a little bit. We got you. We're gonna bring you there. We're gonna bring you there.
There was a interview I saw on CNN recently. It was like very recent, within the last 2 days. But it was Biden talking about like the state of the economy. He was, they asked him a question. They were like, listen, a lot of Americans feel like, groceries have increased 30%. Gas is crazy, and nobody could buy a house because the interest rates are crazy, blah blah. And his response was like you mentioned, it was so out of touch, bro. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker is just this old ass rich ass dude who he don't give a fuck about no $30 eggs. This motherfucker's rich. He don't care about that.
Right.
But his response was, it was like, oh, well, I don't understand. Like, people should be feeling the effects now. They have more money in their pockets than they used to. So I don't know.
I heard that.
Like, you heard he basically was like, oh, I don't know what their problem is. Basically, he was like,
what people? Your people?
So exactly. Those people are all reaping the benefits of all of these wonderful things that he has done for the economy to bring it back or make it better, whatever he did. Those are the only people feeling that, and I would argue that those are all left-leaning liberals, all in his pocket. But where we're at as America, as an economy, if he were, he's like you said, out of touch with the people on the ground. He's in touch with the people way up there, but completely out of touch with what's happening down here with the real people who are putting in the work.
Right. No,
So
absolutely, absolutely. And it's interesting because, and I feel like this is definitely a bipartisan thing because both parties voted for this almost unanimously. Like, but we think about the economy and where we're at now and how much the average Americans are struggling, right? The middle class has been shrinking for, I feel like, decades now. The working class is getting bigger, you know what I mean? Like, but the middle class is just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And so I feel like they just sent, like I said, I don't know. It's just crazy. Where did all our tax money just go? Y'all did y'all taxes? I hate doing taxes. I thank God I didn't have to pay this year. But like we did our taxes, and then what happened? No money came to America. All the money was just out, bro. They just shipped that shit abroad. So like even then, I'm just like, do you even care about the average worker? Like we're not. I don't know, man. I just feel like Americans are just like they don't care. They don't care about us, man. I don't feel
they
like they
don't.
genuinely care about us.
They
I
definitely
really don't.
don't.
It
They
makes me
don't.
really
Now,
sad. It really does.
I would argue that neither one gives a fuck about us. I don't think the Republicans care either. I think these dudes go to or women go to DC, do this insider trading shit, get rich, and they don't give a fuck about the rest of us.
But why
But why
Trump? For both of y'all, why Trump?
because I think
I'm not saying
listen.
I'm
Let Heather go.
curious why. Like, what's the actual reason? Like,
let Heather go, then I'll go.
all right,
You go.
yeah, why? Why do you guys think
Yeah.
do you think and do you think he's gonna do a better job than Biden? Two questions, right? But why Trump?
Okay, so my experience would tell me under the Trump administration, number one, my pockets were a lot larger than they've ever been. The
Okay,
cost of my expenses, I can show you on paperwork, my expenses were down 35%,
okay,
paying for the same shit, doing the same thing, not, literally. I'd argue I'm more of a capitalist, so I believe my money is mine. I don't believe that the McDonald's worker the person who works at McDonald's should make a livable wage to make them have a comfortable lifestyle. So this whole minimum wage, I don't agree with it. Like there's a lot of policies that Trump and I agree on. I believe people should, work harder and do better and, build all those things. And I believe that under Trump's administration, not only are the resources out there, the availabilities out there, the funds are out there, all the and Biden has these, like he has some things, right? I'm not saying Trump is perfect and the administration is an all by it, wonderful thing, but I'd argue that the policies, the security measures, the financial plans he's put in place to include some of the tax loopholes that he's given business owners, I argue all of those work to our benefit. And if we are among those people and we have the sense to use those resources and tools, I'm going to capitalize on them as somebody who believes in the capitalist party and doing my thing with my money. And I also argue that with Biden, it's like not a choice, right? Like I can do it's not a choice. I have to be okay with broken security. I have to be okay with it. It's happening. It's there. I don't really, I think our borders should be secured. I don't think that they should have this cut down in the middle of Texas for these immigrants to come flocking over, which is what's happening. I don't agree with that. I just think there's a lot of policies that he had in place that afforded the Americans a level of security, freedom, and wherewithal to be able to do with what they earn as they see fit with the resources that are available or otherwise. But the economy at the time, undisputable, was in a much better place than where it is now. Nothing has been built back better. I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with some of his language. He could be nicer in some of his delivery. I don't have feelings. I don't fucking care. But for the emos out there, okay, maybe we
but
can
you feel like
cater.
he would do better job than Biden? You genuinely think that he would turn this country? Do you think he would turn the country like around?
Well,
Like,
first of all, here's what I know for sure.
I'm just curious if you like
Putin,
you know what I mean?
Putin, the Jordanian prince, the King Abdullah, all of them have a higher respect for Trump than they do Biden. They are all laughing at us right now. Do I think we'd be we wouldn't even be in war. War would never have started under Trump. Would never have happened.
It's true. You
Would
could
never
have
have
war over
happened.
Syria, and Trump was like, "No, I don't want to go to war with Syria. Like, I
Right.
don't want to go to war with Russia."
No, and then he brought in a level of peace with all of the world. He is the first president and the only president to have ever done something like that. And I stand on his ability to bring the worlds together in a diplomatic sense, regardless of whatever tone he uses and feelings he hurts. He gets the job done. We didn't have war in those 4 years. We wouldn't have war now. And I think overall, again, don't agree with everything. He's not perfect.
Right.
For the economy, I think he's the better choice for what we've been afforded in this moment.
Okay.
What do you think?
That's fair.
So
Tyler, yeah,
I
what's
answered
your
that same
reason, bro?
question.
Why Trump?
All right, so
I'm
two
curious.
reasons. Like, so two things. All right, so I've mentioned this before on one of the pods. I think both of them are scumbags.
Fair.
I think Biden's a scumbag. I think Trump's a scumbag. But I think Trump is a scumbag, and he tells you I'm a scumbag.
Right.
When he
Right.
when,
You know what you're gonna get.
When he get into office, he's going to make certain moves that enrich his fucking family. He's going to do it.
And he's going to tell you he's going to do it.
He's going to tell you, but Biden's going to do shit on a slide. Right? He's going to be like, no, I'm a good guy. I believe in fairness. But then on the back end, he's going to make secret side deals. But it's going to appear that he's this nice, virtuous man.
They lie.
Right?
They lie.
Where Trump is just like, listen, I'm a scumbag. I'm going to make a bunch of money as a scumbag. All right. So I respect that.
Yes.
Right?
But while I do it, y'all pockets are going to be fat too.
Yeah. Right.
Economy
also,
better. Yeah.
I mentioned the fact that my vote is also an anti-Democrat vote. Right. Because the Democrats to me seem like an unserious party. When I look when I look on C-SPAN and shit like that, and I see these, I don't know, Harvard professionals inside the cabinet and have these high ass, positions, and they say, and one of the, I don't know, the dude, one of those congressmen or women asked those, one of them smart ass academia people, hey, you know what? Can men have babies? And they say, I don't know, I'm not a biologist. I'd be like, bro, you seem like an unserious person. Like
right.
If you're scared to hurt these people's feelings because for whatever reason, why would I trust that when you go over to North Korea and bargain with that man, you're not going to say what the fuck he wants to hear because you don't want to hurt his feelings.
Right.
So you just seem like an unserious person, right? But I will say this to refute Heather's point. She mentioned Putin. I thought the Putin-Trump shit was a little weird. I thought he was giving him like weird. He was going against the intelligence community to suck Putin off. That was fucking strange. But I'll still vote for him. On his
good side. I mean,
I didn't hear about that.
It was strange to me.
I didn't hear about that.
But think about it. But I mean, now we're at war with Ukraine against Russia. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
think appeasing a dictator is ever the right move. I don't think saying, listen, no, absolutely. Because the last time that shit happened, Germany almost took over the goddamn world. So no, I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think they appease each other, but they get along. There's a different level of respect. Putin.
That. Yeah.
There's a different level of respect.
No, he was sucking him off. He listen.
What are you talking about? Sucking who off? What are you talking about?
All right.
He definitely was a lot more comfortable with people.
Are you saying Trump sucked Putin's pee-pee?
No, he's speaking.
No, he didn't literally suck him off. What I'm saying is, the FBI and the CIA and all the intelligence agencies in the U.S. had evidence that Putin tried to influence the election. They gave it to Trump. Trump went on TV multiple times and said, "I don't believe the U.S. community." When I saw Putin last week at the G7 meeting, he said he didn't do it, so I believe him. Fuck the FBI. Fuck the CIA. There are Republicans and Democrats that work for those fucking communities. There are some people who voted for Trump that work for these fucking places. Why would they all make a report, give it to you, just to say Putin's a bad guy?
I didn't hear about that. I'll have to do some research. I didn't hear
Google
about
it.
I'm going to. So I didn't hear about that.
Different John saying he was like, listen, I don't believe the FBI or the CIA or our intelligence community. I believe Putin because I looked Putin in the eye and he shook my hand with that mean, serious face. I was like, strange. I thought that was strange.
Well, let me piggyback on that. I don't trust the FBI either, to be quite candid with you. How you walk in the White House, find a baggie of cocaine, and do an internal investigation, and you're the FBI, the CIA, and you don't know whose it is, and it's got a tag on it. This is Hunter Biden.
That's fair. However, Republicans, for all my lifetime, have always been the anti-Russia party. Since when the fuck do y'all believe?
Because you don't go against your enemy.
On Americans.
Yeah. You don't go. That's like me going against Zillow. I don't go against Zillow in real estate. I team up with Zillow. I wouldn't go against Putin in Russia. I go team up with them.
Listen, all I know is y'all say
for
savior Ronald Reagan was like
appeasement.
Russia and whoever the fuck was back then, Stalin, whatever. They was like, yo, fuck you. What y'all trying to do? What's up? But then he was a hero back then, and I was like, yo, you know what? Listen, that's all I know.
I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that.
What I'm saying is, Republicans have historically been this party of fuck Russia. Right. Now, for some reason, they're the party of Russia's awesome. That's strange to me.
Well, Trump.
I lost your
back on that.
I'll still take it over Biden. Over Biden.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay. Well,
I think we all agree Trump's gonna be president 2024. I'm just kidding.
I know he will.
Because your independent vote is your independent vote isn't for Biden, so it's. Might as well just pass. You might as well just pass it to Trump, bro. Like,
I can't.
Who's the independent you're voting for? Who is it? Is Jill Stein?
I'm
I
not
don't even know
sure.
if she's running.
No, not Jill Stein, because the Green Party's been a joke the past few elections. Like I wanna have faith
Every
in
other
them,
party's been a joke,
but the
bro.
candidates they pick, well, we don't. But all, I mean, it's true. But they also like I said, they limit. They don't let other parties into the debates. They don't allow them on the ballots. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's not
Yeah.
equal representation. It's pretty much you're Democrat or you're Republican.
Which is
Following up,
crazy. You're right.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I would
Like
probably
we
be
don't really
independent.
have a lot of choices. We
Right.
really don't. So that's why I say I'm independent because I'm not a fan of either the Republican or the I'm just not a fan of either party. But I can't vote. Who am I going to vote for? I'm probably going to write somebody in. I know
Okay.
I can't vote uncommitted like they did in was it Minnesota where all these people were voting uncommitted because they didn't want to vote for Biden. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'll write somebody in, but no one's
You can write
serious
my
right
name.
now. You know what, Heather? I'm gonna vote for Heather. I
There
mean,
you go.
because it
So-
really doesn't matter if I'm voting independent, right? Like
Right,
that's what I'm saying.
right.
Like,
Put me in the
yeah.
chair. Put me in, coach.
But I just,
So-
I mean,
so-
but I know we, yeah. Go ahead.
So let me just give my last thought. So it's all right. So the Democrats and the Republicans, right? So I think both groups have always had like a segment of their party that like are very extreme, right? On the Republican side, it's the David Dukes, the racist, hey, you will not replace us, like those, Charleston dudes and shit like that, and that's always been a thing, right? And for the Democrats, it's always been like the super liberal, fuck it. It don't. You could make $0 a year. You should live in a fucking mansion and in a house in the hills and like. So it's always been like two weird, but like the two weird sections of both parties, right? But today, I think that the Republicans seem more reasonable because they've stayed true to themselves. They still got the crazy racist, I hate black people or anybody else, Jewish people, all that shit, right? They still got that segment, right? That'll never go anywhere. But they don't cater to them, right? They're just like, okay, cool, we'll accept your votes, fuck it, cool. But I'm not going hanging out. I'm not hanging out with y'all at the party. We're not going to cocktail parties and shit like that.
It's
Cool,
smart politically
and keep it
Right.
It's
exactly.
smart politically. Yeah, right.
But the Democrats cater to this very small, loud LGBTQ, accept everything and, anti-police and all. It's like that shit has become the voice of the Democrats, where before that segment always existed, but it wasn't the voice. It was like the fringe group of people, like, like you be in, like you went to college, y'all, you in a party with these people and they say some crazy shit like, yeah, you know what? Houses just shouldn't exist. We should all just have huts. And then, like, just go grow our own food. They just say crazy shit. You be sitting there in college, like, drinking your natty ice, like, yeah, whatever, motherfucker. And then,
yeah.
But now that is like the prevailing opinion for the Democrats. So now I'm like, if my hope is that when I vote if the Democrats take a couple L's, they come down from this crazy fucking stance that they've been taking that, men can have periods and like, women and men should be competing in the same leagues. Like if they just take a step, like they just took it too far. And now I'm like, listen, now the Republicans to me seem far more reasonable because I'm like, bro, like, come on.
Yeah. Some of that stuff is crazy.
The left looks bad right now.
It's unreasonable. And to see these people hail Yale, Harvard, Dartmouth, fucking Brown University, all these professional people that have been in and now it's you can only be a biologist to tell if a woman can get pregnant. Like that's the only way. That's the only way. Only I don't know. It says 10,000 biologists in the world. Only 10,000 people could tell whether or not you're a man or a woman. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting because I feel like the Democrats are pushing people more to be more conservative, right? I still think that the establishment Democrat is kind of like a Republican light. Like they still vote along party lines with Republicans. They're still conservative. You know what I mean? Like they for me they're like Republicans from like the 90s or the 80s. You know what I mean? Like that for me is the Democratic Party. But the I was gonna say, damn, I forgot my train of thought. So listen, what I'm gonna say is I don't know who I'm gonna vote for, but I do know Trump is gonna win.
Facts.
I know he's gonna win. I don't know if he's gonna make the economy better.
I hope so. I have faith.
I hope he does. Listen,
I
I'm gonna hope. I'm not gonna hate on him. Like I hope he crashes. Like I would like things to get better. Like if the shit crashes, I got little girls, we got families. Like I mean, like I want to get better. So if he does, when he wins, my man, please do something. Like please, like
make America great again, baby.
Please, bro. Please.
So, what's your final thought, Heather? We're gonna close this up.
Final thought: vote for Trump, MAGA, 2024. Woo-woo. That's how we end that. Oh, and if you're gonna write it in, just write my name, and I'm gonna go put it. You know, I'm gonna endorse Trump. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we gonna make sure we all read in that bitch.
You got to wear a MAGA hat the next time you on here.
That's it, baby. I got you. I got you.
All right. So listen, family. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for supporting us. Listen, I'm refreshing my thing every couple minutes. I'm liking these numbers. I'm not gonna lie. We loving the engagement. Listen, keep supporting. We're gonna be here.
Yes.
Until next time.
All right.